This is Billy Bob Rivers, the roving philosophical reporter, reporting from the streets of your town.
Hi, I'm John Donovan.
Let's say you're in traffic, or you're stuck in traffic. You're stuck on the phone. How do you react to that kind of situation?
I don't like that, so I try to avoid that. That's one of the reasons that I live in a small town. And I don't spend a lot of time on the telephone. I don't even own a cell phone because those are things that irritate me, so I tend to stay away from it.
Let's say you're on hold with an office situation in your business. How do you react to that?
Well, I have hired help that does that for me, so generally if there's holding on the phone, it's not me that's going to do it.
So you avoid those situations as much as possible.
Right, because it makes me unhappy.
Would you say at times it makes you angry?
It can, but I don't usually let it get to that point. I usually stop it before it gets to that point.
My name is Devin Sean Malone. I was born and raised in Bend, Oregon, and I'm on my way to Portland to see the woman I love, and I'm a traveling hitchhiking poet.
When you're hitchhiking, let's say you're in traffic, you're waiting for a ride, how's it make you feel when it's just not happening for you that particular day?
Well, you know, I've come along the philosophy of all is forgiven always, and to always be emulating as much love as possible so that you never have to harbor any feelings of negativity.
Hi, I'm Bill Rivers. I'm the roving philosophical reporter. Your name is?
It's Rose Sherrill.
Rose, I have a couple of questions I'd like you to try to answer. How do you react when you find yourself in traffic, say, on the telephone, in a situation that you don't have any control over?
I don't react. I don't. It takes too much energy. It's easier just to kind of go with the flow, and that's, I don't get upset when I make mistakes when I drive, and I like people giving me grace, so I give grace to other people when they make a mistake. Traffic or any situation like that, I just don't go there. I make a choice not to react to situations. I use the opportunity, if I'm stuck in traffic, I use that as an opportunity to think about different things, and to me it's an opportunity. It's not necessarily a bad thing.
So is this a quality that you learned, or were you taught this by your parents? Were you taught this perhaps by a religious?
Well, I was on the freeway one time, and I got stalled, and I was stalled for a certain period of time, and then later on I realized there had been a terrible accident ahead. And if the traffic had not slowed down, I would have gone through there. I believed that it could have been me in that accident. And I believe that was just part of the flow of life. Sometimes it's an attitude is really the bottom line. It's an attitude that if I am stalled anywhere for a certain period of time, there's a reason for it. And I look for the reason. And, you know, sometimes the reason shows up, and if it doesn't, that's okay, too.
So in this philosophy of yours has come from, you say, this single event?
No, but I think that it had the biggest impact. I mean, I felt like I believed that before, but when that happened, it was like a confirmation in my mind that don't complain when you're held up, and don't be in a hurry. Just go with the flow, and it's rewarding, you know, because life is much more joyful. I enjoy life. It's like, you know, I like archaeology. I like expeditions, that type of thing, and to me, life itself is that way too. If you have that attitude.
I'm Alex Patton. Casey Crane.
I'm Zach Middleton.
Do you find yourself, if you're, say, stuck in traffic, out here stuck on the phone, How do you react to that? How do you react to situations that are frustrating and you have no control over?
Well, I'm not gonna lie, I'm a pretty aggressive driver. When I get out there and I get in traffic, I get pretty angry. But, like, in most cases, if it's something I have no control over, I just try to, keep calm, keep mellow or whatever, because, I have no control over it, and getting angry is not going to help anything. But I don't know what it is about driving, but I just get angry when I drive.
So you're prone to road rage.
I wouldn't necessarily call it road rage. I just call it yelling in my car and, like, hitting stuff in my car, but I don't, like, try and hit people with my car or jump out and run after them with shotguns or anything like that.
Frustration.
Yeah, it's more like a, what's the word? I don't know, maybe I'm more like passive aggressive, and in my car I can just kind of let it out if somebody else is in there. I don't know.
Thank you. Do you believe in fate? Do you believe things are predetermined? Do you believe that there's a grand plan?
Oh, most definitely. Yeah. Kind of see it all around as things that people put off every day as coincidence. Can't be just coincidences. Things happen for a reason.
How do you feel about that?
Sorry, buddy, but I think the complete opposite. I think how things have effects and reactions to other things. There are such things as coincidences, but life is what you make it. You wake up today and you don't know what you're going to do. Or you can make yourself feel however you want to feel, or react to however you want to react. So it might be a little bit of both coincidences and what you make it.
So you believe that life is a series of chance encounters?
Just, I guess, trial and error for me. Figure out what works, what doesn't, and then paddle it around it.
How do you feel about that?
I agree with my colleague Alex over here, actually. I don't know, I think it has to go like completely one way or the other, because if there is a grand scheme of things, like we really have no control over it, because everything we do goes towards that grand scheme. But if we do control our own destinies, we control our own destinies, there's no way there could be a grand scheme of things, because what we do decides what we do, and we can't we make our own, essentially.
So you believe we have free will?
Yeah, we have free will, I think, but that, I don't know, it's kind of a interesting thing to think about, because, we don't have all the answers, so it's hard to just, put out a solid answer for it. Like, since we don't know everything, it's hard for me to just, I guess, pick one way or the other, without the information.
We're here at Columbia River Music with Greg Weiss, the owner, proprietor. If you find yourself in traffic, if you find yourself on the phone, if you find yourself with a intransient, say, vendor,
craftsman.
How do you deal with that situation? Are you prone to outbursts, or do you take everything in stride?
If I was perfect, I would not be prone to outbursts, but I'm not perfect. So how would you handle that? For instance, when, one of your employers gets frustrated.
I try to show him the fine craftsmanship that he's going to receive with my help.
Yeah, seriously, Bill. Do I get frustrated about things? Yes, I do. And do I pound my fist once in a while? Yes, I do. Am I embarrassed about it if anybody sees that? Yes, I am. Because I really think we shouldn't worry about those things that we have no control over. Do I have any control over somebody almost T-boning me at the intersection of Kelly Avenue and 10th yesterday? No, I don't. Was I frustrated? Yeah. But, okay, that was then and now is now.
Tell me, do you believe that then this is fated? Do you believe in fate? Do you believe that there is a higher being that is perhaps pulling strings?
I'm a fatalist in a lot of ways because I try not to worry about those things I have no control over, and I believe there is a higher being.
This is Bill Rivers, the roving philosophical reporter, and we're at Clint's bookstore, where we're speaking with
Jackson Woods,
Janet Stauffer, Jackson's mom.
Let's say you and your mother are in traffic. You're out here, you go to Portland, you're stuck in traffic. How do you react to that? If you're in a situation that's sort of beyond your control, do you get angry? How do you deal with that situation?
I get anxious. I'm always on a time schedule, and I don't like to be late, and traffic bothers me.
How do you react to that?
I get very tense and angry in my car, but I don't lash out at other people. It's the people in my car that usually get it.
So, Jackson, do you hear from your mother when you're in traffic?
Yeah, sometimes. You have to be really quiet and just patient and not just try to keep your feelings to yourself and not be mad at other people for having to wait such a long time.
Do you hide out in the back seat so she doesn't throw anything at you?
Yeah, I usually just sit there and wait.
Do you believe in fate?
In fate?
That things are predestined, that your life has meaning outside of your free will?
No. I think God gave us free will and that we are responsible for our lives.
This is a roving philosophical reporter on the streets here, and I'm speaking with
Terry Bennett.
Jane Dizarn.
I'd like to ask you ladies a few questions that maybe you can give us some answers for. Tell me, do you believe in fate? Do you believe that our destiny is predetermined?
No, I think you make out of life what you want. I don't believe in fate, some magic hand above you, no.
Not at all. Don't believe in fate or karma.
Tell me, if you're out here in traffic, do you ever find yourself stuck in traffic, maybe stuck on the phone with some customer service type who leaves you hanging there? How do you deal with that? How do you react to that?
That's a little thing. It's not a big deal to me. It's not a big problem. So I would just make most of it, keep going. There are too many other important things in my life to worry about, trivial things like that.
Customer service leaving me hanging can get on my nerves. And the minute I get a human being on the phone, I want a supervisor.
So you let them know about it.
I do.
So do you ever find yourself in a road rage situation?
Never.
Okay, thank you. This is the roving philosophical reporter on the streets. And we're speaking with... Your name, sir?
My name is Stan Spieler. I'm from Miami, Florida.
Wonderful. It's good to have you here in our town. I have a few questions I'd like to ask you. Do you believe in fate? Do you believe that things are predetermined?
No.
So we have free will, and what is happening is essentially by chance.
I think a good deal of it's lottery. I think it distinguishes. If you don't have good fortune, you're stuck. No matter who you are, no matter how smart you are, no matter how healthy you are, you have to have some good fortune.
Good luck matters.
Yeah, it's the essential.
How do you react when you find yourself in traffic? Like, say you're in a traffic jam, or you're stuck on the phone with some customer service type that just leaves you.
I turn on the computer and play solitaire. That's right.
So you don't get angry. You're not prone to pounding.
I never get angry at anybody.
This is the roving philosophical reporter signing off. If you've got answers, we've got more questions.